Let's see how is AI impacting our world. 90% of the engineering team today are using some kind of tool to write code. And at least 8% said they have doubled their productivity. And I think two things that helped me the most. One is Research Agent. You can learn this, then you can use ChatGPT more than 100x better. I thought it would be cool if all of us can get together and discuss about like how can we use AI in normal PM life. I know on this channel we used a lot of discussions on how can we build AI products. Today we are saying how can we use AI to build products. And I have some ideas, but Bart have a lot of questions, and I have a lot of questions for Bart. So with that, I will give it to Bart. Go ahead, Bart.
So thank you for coming. Thank you for wanting to listen to us. We are obviously in a place where everything's uncertain in the future, but it's certain that AI might not replace product managers, but product managers who use AI will definitely replace people, those PMs who don't. So hopefully you'll be one of the replacing PMs, not the one being replaced, and we're here to help. So it's one of those catchy phrases to be 10x, like 10x developer, 10x designer, and 10x PM. And before you roll your eyes, this actually really makes sense. You get so much more done with AI. You can speed up so many things which would usually take ages, not because they need to take ages, but because you are limited by budgets, by mental capacity, by context switch. So if you're coming from Mahesh's side and not my LinkedIn, just let me mention that I'm Dr. Bart. I teach product management. I create content for product managers. I started my career creation journey just as AI was about to kick off, and I utilized so many different tools just to become a better content creator, better teacher, better product manager, first and foremost.
I think it will be quicker for me. But thank you, Bart. I think with Bart, it was always great. I loved his writing and I read his book. He wrote a book, by the way. I always have respect for people who take out time to write books because I have not written one. And I reached out to Bart to see how can he help our community and what we can learn from him as he's iterating on product management as a craft. And he has done a lot of sessions. I read his post on LinkedIn, and few things that stand out for me. He has an extreme clarity on his writing. So I think that's a craft that all of us can learn, which is not easy. To be honest, I'm trying it, but that's one. And then he has spoken a lot about how can you become product manager or how can you grow as a product manager to become better in your craft. And I thought it would be a great if we bring the AI element and do a Q&A with Bart on this. So that's my connection to Bart. But if you don't know me, I am Mahesh. I have worked on all man companies. That's my claim to fame. But I am also teaching a course on Maven, and I'm teaching AI for last 4 or 5 years. Before this, I was only teaching internally at Facebook and AWS. I was a principal product manager at AWS, where I build Bedrock, which is where I build agents framework for so that everybody can build agents. That's what I did there, and then I led a team in Google where we build agents which automated back office operations for GCP. So think of legal agent, support agent. So that's me. I do these sessions every Friday. So that's that. If you can turn on your camera, that would be awesome. And we can get started. Here is our agenda, working backwards. We will be discussing where we are in AI, how is AI impacting two crafts, what we deal with, like product management as well as software engineering. I think software engineers or how we write code has a deep impact on how we manage products. So I will bring some insights quickly, and then I will try to show you how I use AI across three critical dimensions, like how I understand better with AI, how I identify better, and how I execute better. I will spend not across all dimensions, but give you at least hands-on how I do it. And hopefully that you can reuse or repurpose in your own journeys to get better. And obviously it's a journey, but I will try to give you everything I have. If you're coming from the course, you may have already done it, but I will still try to share more. Let's see how is AI impacting our world. So this is uh, respondent which said that which tool they use. These are software engineers. They were asked questions by this survey. I put the source on the left hand side. This is a Firefly survey where 700 or so developers were interviewed, and we discussed with them that, hey, which tool are you using? And seems like GitHub Copilot, Gemini Code Assist, Amazon Q, Cursor, and then a long tail of things. And what's the impact? 90% of the engineering team today are using some kind of tool to write code. That means that AI is already in your teams that you're going to work with. If you're working with engineers, then 9 out of 10 are using AI to write their code. If they use it, what happens then? What happens then is that 25% boost in velocity of building things. So you can build things faster. And at least 8% said they have doubled their productivity. That means we can ship more code and people can build more code with AI, at least on the tools on your right hand side. And 62% are able to do 25% more work. That means in 5 days, you're going to do work of 7 days. And here, what we are trying to say is that the tasks that need a lot of documentation, excessive content heavy tasks that we as product managers do have seen 40% efficiency if you use AI. So, all what I'm trying to get to you is that yes, AI is here and it has huge impact in software and it has started making impact on the product management efficiency or productivity as well. Let's quickly look at what we need to actually solve or what problems we solve for. First, we go discover and decide. We decide, is this the right problem to solve? Is there weak competition in that field? Is this what could be the right beachhead market? If first true are true, then where should we launch first? Or where should we hypothesize or interview or validate our ideas first? So that's your discovery part. Then you design, you set the right tenants, you come up with your critical user journey, which is CUG, and you kind of try creating a roadmap for your product here. And you're trying to identify like what it takes to ship this thing. And then you execute. This is where you work with your designers, you start creating mocks, you start putting evaluations if you're building AI based products, or start testing things like what would be the logging, what would be the metrics here. And once you set those metrics, you are also start setting GTM experiments. So you're like, okay, we should do this, we should launch this ad, we should go to this kind of market. And every week, hopefully, you're running these experiments with your market team, go to market teams, and seeing how can you increase the attraction with customers. So that's our journey. I just laid down what came to my mind. Obviously, there could be many steps. But the cool part I wanted to show is okay, you wanted to do research. And I think two things that helped me the most, obviously, there are a lot of things that helped me. One is research agent. So, what is a research agent? Anyone? Okay. So, I work in contracts and I just use GPT. Uh, and on GPT, I gave this prompt. I said, hey, I'm looking for contracts. We are building an agentic AI that explains contract risk, extract key terms, redline contracts. So these are the kind of features I thought of. And I wanted to do which market should I go after or who will buy more of these. And I gave it a criteria. I said, do a deep research, three or four industry targets. We are looking for companies where they are spending time processing 20 contracts and it takes 2 to 3 hours. We are looking for companies which already have a legal department set up because without that, we can't sell. If our persona was we are selling to lawyers or in house lawyers, then we need that. And I gave whatever I learned quickly. I gave few examples and I gave it a format of the report I wanted and I launched it. It asked me a couple of questions. And it spent 12 minutes, looked at 34 resources, did 300 searches, and it came back in 15 minutes and gave me a result. It said you should focus on IT consulting. And it also gave me these four companies, their in-house legal team, where they are. And by the way, I also asked them for phone numbers and I get their phone numbers too to start cold calling. And then it gave me the second market, which is marketing and advertisement, then construction, and then real estate. So it said if you're going to build a contract specific tool or contract specific agent, here are the market analysis of that. And I could do this research, I can read it, and I can validate where this information is coming from. And it eventually gave me a summary. I got something done, but then I needed a data set. I said, okay, I'm going to build a contracts solution agent which can read contracts, find risks, and people will pay for it. So I said, okay, but I need a data set. I need to validate this or at least get access to contracts because you can't build AI without having data. So this is the other tool that I use, which is Google Data Set Search. I went here and I said construction contracts and I got sources. From here, I can download contracts. This is US government. All the contracts that the US government awarded are here for construction and civil engineering firms in 2024. So now I have my problem, I targeted, and I also have data to check like if we build an agent, can we validate it? And I can get started. Okay, so next step. Okay, you got the journey. You now know which market you're going for. You also have a data set. Now I wanted to know like what is a journey? I could understand how contracts are processed in software companies or IT services, but one of the potential market was construction. I have no clue about construction. So what I did is I did another search. And to be honest, I have used other tools, but I just keep coming back to this one. Just raw. Today I thought I will just give you raw, like a $20 tool, which can do a lot. So then I asked, hey, can you block diagram the construction contract user journey as what information is expected from contract after signing to operationalizing the contract, specify steps taken on each step, who does what like a flow diagram. So they say, okay, you sign a construction contract, let's say with the government, your project manager reviews it, project manager extract all the key terms from the contract, and then some contract administration dials contract, enters contract data, and then set up systems. I was like, okay, at least now I know that there are two kind of people. There are project managers and contract administrators. But I was like, can you expand on this critical user journey for this step, which is setting up systems, because that seemed like a broad one. So it went ahead and created this, which is okay, create project in PM systems, configuring billing, link subcontractor agreements, assign workspaces, set risk compliance, budget allocation, documents, kickoff. And then you have who are the different players who's going to come in and out in this critical user journey. So now, without even talking to 10 customers, without even going out and like figuring out, you have mapped what the user journey looks like based on some research that a tool did in 5 minutes for you. Okay, you got the critical user journey. Then you can continue going on and on. The next step was to find risks, which could be the risks, where should you apply AI, and what could be the element. And I can go on and on, but I thought I will just give you one quick tip here, which is called meta prompting. Anybody? What is meta prompting? So the meta prompting is the idea that instead of you becoming expert in prompt engineering, you just ask models to write your prompt. So here you're just saying, hey, create a prompt that does research on AI-based tools in market that offer agentic first AI experience. So I was looking for the best user experience tenant, which are agentic first, and agent AI need different kind of UX. I will talk a lot about it in the next session, where I will tell you how to build the right taste in your AI products, which differentiate. And I wanted to know what are the tenants and do some research on it. But I don't know what the right prompt is. And I can use meta prompting, which is a technique where AI models give you the right prompt to prompt them. So it's my way of getting the right prompt from an AI. So here I am sending this request for a prompt. So this is a learning. If you can learn this, then you can use ChatGPT more than 100x better because you can use AI to generate prompts for you. And that's what I will show you how I iterated on it. So I said, hey, give me a prompt which does UX AI analysis and also comes up with the gaps in my product. So it said, great. Here's part one. Here's part one. We will do market research. And this is a prompt, not an answer. And I can copy this prompt and just start a research. Research are limited. You don't get like more than 25, 30 research. Even if you pay $200, you're getting 150 research. So you want to make sure that your research prompt is perfect. And this is a technique which allows you to iterate on your prompt before you even prompt it. So that's called meta prompting. And here it gave me a perfect prompt, but I didn't like it. So I gave it a little bit more. I said, improve this to have all context and some examples. If you read our course, you know that I'm a big fan of examples, at least in our prompting 101 guide. We said add examples. I didn't see that. And I specifically specify which model I'm using. I wanted to say GPT, but I ended up saying GOT 4.0. And it said GOAT 4.0 model here, goal oriented task with 4.0 token instruction window. And it went ahead, improved it. And now I have a role, a model who does what, and with the right fields and examples. So this way, what you can do is you can actually find what prompt will work with AI and with that specific model, because here the model reads the guide, does all the work, and give you a perfect prompt to do this research. And now I can send this research again. And what this research will do is it will first figure out what are the various agentic solutions out there, then figure out what are the core tenets of those agentic AI, specifically differentiating them in user experience. Then it will take screenshots of my application, or I can just upload video of my apps or my mocks. So now you can review any website's UX with this prompt, and you can generate many prompts like this, which can evaluate any part of your journey. Or if you want to give feedback on our website, on our customer mocks, or a real product, all you have to do is use this prompt, upload your video, and you're good to go. So that's my last way of doing research and doing things. Now let's get to the next stage. Okay, you got a lot of research. Now you learn meta prompting. So I need not to teach you anything new. You know everything already, and you can write best prompts to do your own research. So how about us doing mocks? Means I learned Figma, I can do Figma frames. But in the new world, why are you doing Figma frames when you can actually build the whole app? And that's what I will show you next. So then I use V0, Lovable, and I have used Cursor. But let me show you a Lovable example. So then I went to Lovable. It's just a website which allows you to build awesome front-end experiences. So I went ahead, I uploaded my PRD, and I said, give me a contract analysis dashboard where people can upload contracts, see their risks. And now this whole experience is built for me in 5 minutes. And now I can show somebody an end-to-end product where I can upload a contract. It processes it. It shows me what it is doing. It's analyzing. It's looking for this. It's extracting key information. And it extracted key information from this contract. I can see what are the risks. I can see key points. I can see clauses. And all these you can build in 10 to 15 minutes after you have your PRD. And you can iterate on it. You can say, you know what, show risks as soon as analysis is done. See, now it landed me directly on the risks. So now, instead of going, those days are gone when you take everything on a PowerPoint slide and then you copy those buttons and then you screenshot and then you change. You just prompt on the left hand side and you're getting a workable demo or an app fully configured in your own style. By the way, you can also screenshot any app. Let's say I build this, let's say this is our website and I want to copy this design on my mocks. I can say, hey, you know what? Copy this design. You can also save to clipboard and then you can just say, hey, you know what? Use these design patterns and revise the front end. That's all you need to do. And now what it will do is it will go ahead and revise whole of this front end with these color patterns. The background will be black. You will see white and blue. You will start seeing that here. So now you can also bring the mocks exactly like how your production systems look like. So that's lovable quickly for you. And I know we can keep going, but I will come back to it. Second thing, if you are from our cohort, you know we have used Microsoft Copilot or Langflow to build the backend. Langflow is this cool tool which allows you to drag and drop and build a fully functional backend systems. Here is an example, or you can start with just saying your first file, and you can just say, I want to get a new flow. And you can say my agent, simple agent. And here is a simple agent. It can use tools like calculator, URLs, and here all you have to do is put your OpenAI key and you can build an agent. Then I had a front end, I had a back end. So the cool part was I combined them. I built this with Langflow. I also built the same using prompts with Microsoft Copilot. And then I combined them. And this is a fully functional backend and front end app. It allows you to upload a contract and you can chat with it. By the way, I also was able to do this and connect it to my teams. So now I have an agent that I build using that drag and drop no code tool. And I can just ask questions like, can you find key terms in a contract? And it gives me all the key terms and its locations. So I have a fully functional working app, which I can launch in Teams to all my friends in my company, and they can experience our app, or they can experience it on our website, which is fully functional and loaded. And it has a backend also, which has multi-agent framework. It has three agents which process information. One does just contract reading. Another one takes care of, let me just walk you through on that. And you can build a fully functional multi-agent app by just dragging and dropping. In this, what happens is we take a contract, convert it into text, and the first agent comes, which basically says, okay, let me find risks where things can go wrong. First, extract the key terms. Second, find the risk. Third, does the comparison. And fourth, generates a report in a format and submits it to your app. We did this in the course, but this all is possible for product managers. This is the first time in the history that all of us are able to build fully functional backend, front end, combine them, and create something in a daytime. That's my quick 30 minutes. Obviously, I can spend all my life explaining these things to you, but I wanted to at least touch, like set a ground so you can ask all the good questions. In this course, what we teach is how can you connect or build these front end and back end and connect them to build end-to-end services. We do a lot of work in making you AI aware, but also we do hands-on learning where you build these things. In the second week or second module, you will learn how to do knowledge or retrieve the right information, attach it, and use graph to do that. Then we will use multi-agents in Microsoft Copilot and Crew. And no code, you can create apps with multi-agents. And then we will go and put a lot of reinforcement learning feedback loops in your product. So that all you can do. If you're interested, we are starting next week. And with that said, that's all I had.